Hello and welcome to Interior Vision. I am so excited to introduce to you my dear friends, Deborah and Bobbie, who are a mother and daughter team owning this incredible shop and a great place to come shopping for all of your flooring and window covering needs.
Thank you.
Hi, Shemeika.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I know you started this business before Bobbie joined you. How did you get involved in flooring and window coverings?
Well, initially I started working for a general contractor in town, and his wife owned the flooring part of their business. And she wanted to go play golf. So she trained me how to do plan takeoffs, do job site measures. And so I was there about 3 years. And then I went to work for another store in town for 9 years. And then the owners of this initially was Schaefer Flooring. And he called me and said, hey, we want to retire. We think you'd be a great fit, because it was a husband-wife team. So we talked and negotiated and ended up coming to terms. And then I've been here 20 years. We just celebrated 20 years, May 15th of this year.
That's so cool.
I know, I can't believe it. It was.
And then Bobbie, were you like, oh, I really want to go work with my mom. This is a dream I've always had. Or how did you become part of it?
Growing up with my mom in the industry, when we were kids, we would go out on estimates with her. It was always a good time. But no, I did not have any desire to go into flooring. It was actually happenstance. I had just had my second baby, and I was kind of in between jobs, and my mom was starting to get busier here. So she said, why don't you come in and be receptionist, and you can bring the kids to work with you. So I took full advantage of that, and then slowly developed into sales, and then
Part owner.
And I absolutely love what I do, and it was just like the perfect trajectory for my life path, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change my career for the world.
Can you walk us through the process of, like, when you meet with a client, what does that look like? How do you educate them on their options and making the correct selection for their lifestyle and their home?
So a lot of what we do is similar to probably what you do in your real estate business. You interview them, you find out, how many people are in their family. Do you have kids rollerblading through your house? I'm going to direct them to something different than I would.
Like carpet?
Yeah. Or I'd direct them to something different than I would a senior couple, So just interview them, find out what their living style is, where they live. Like if they're up in the mountains, you're going to direct them to something different than someone that lives at the beach. So it's a process.
Right. After our initial first meeting in the showroom, then I bring samples and go up and help color coordinate in the client's home with them, help them make selections if they're having a hard time doing that on their own. And then we go from that to scheduling installation.
So you really are full service. They come for a consultation, they choose the product that they want, and then you do the install.
Correct. It's a one-stop shop. Yeah, we'd like to make sure we have everything. We can coordinate everything. We have area rugs for all their hard surfaces. We have stuff for bathroom wet areas. So yeah, we can do the whole house. I would say the favorite part of my job is the people and seeing it at the end. I recently just redid my house. And so I'm very sensitive to that now. It's, you have to rip everything apart, and that's scary for people, especially when you've lived in your house for 40 years. You've got to move out and redo, and we make that easy. We guide them, we walk them through it. We have sheets on how to prepare. And so it's overwhelming, but we help them through it.
I would say actually the same thing, from seeing a project from concept to completion. Walking into an open stud job site and then walking through at the end, because we're the very last trade to go into a home remodel.
Cool.
So I get to see it from complete start to finish. So first appointment on site is always in tennies and jeans, because you're going to get dirty. And then the last one, you get to go through and see how everything has come together. Flooring goes last, and then window treatments are the very, very end. So getting to do a full walkthrough and seeing how well the whole house was put together is one of my favorite parts.
The biggest challenges have been material shortages. Some of the fabrics are back ordered, some of the products are back ordered, but COVID, it really was challenging because, say for example, Hunter Douglas, if one person got COVID in their plant, they would shut the whole plant down.
What we do in that situation though is either redirect to a similar looking product if it's a flooring. There are so many manufacturers that have very similar features. Maybe the width in the wood plank is a little bit narrower than their initial choice. So we would redirect them to that, or they can wait for their first choice. And then for window treatments, we really are at the liberty of production. So they make each shade custom to our measurements. So they're not prefabbed. They are all custom regardless of what the product is we're getting. It could be something very simple that seems like it would just be, oh, just fill it and send it. But every shade is cut to size and manufactured specific to what we put into our system for the order. So
up to a 1/16 of an inch on some of them. They're very specific. So, and sometimes we explain too is that, you know, this is something that you've waited to get, and it's going to be in your home for 10, 15, 20 years, right? And so, so it's worth waiting the extra few weeks to get exactly what you want too.
So what's your favorite thing about working together as a mother-daughter team?
Oh, just my baby girl. No, it's just nice having someone you can trust.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my mom and I work really well, and we work very closely together. And we definitely, just because she is my mom, she's been my biggest resource. She's been in flooring a lot longer than I have. So there's still things that come up. I've been working with her for 18 years. There's still things come up that I need advice on or need some troubleshooting with, and she's always there. And so I take full advantage of her knowledge and experience.
Let me cheer up.
Oh, you are. That's
Are you crying?
Sorry,
cut. Now, since this is reality TV, what's the most challenging thing about working together?
Honestly, I think it is, like we were saying before, when we first started working together, we really had to separate work and our mother-daughter relationship. She would come in and be like, oh, your desk is really messy. You need to clean it. And I'd be like, that means I'm busy. You can't tell me to clean my desk here. I'm a working professional. Yeah. Honestly, that we've overcome a lot of that, and we haven't had a challenge in that regard for several years.
Well, unless I try to rearrange her files, her folders.
She rearranges.
I like to put them in alphabetical order, and she has a different method.
My desk is clean, and I'm like, where is everything, and how do I know what to do now?
What would you like the general public to know about you as business owners and how they can work with you?
So I like to develop relationships, and I want someone to know that we have their best interests. We're not just trying to make a sale. And I've actually developed friendships with a lot of our clients. You know, we've worked closely together for a lot of months, and then we still connect and go have lunch, and you know. But I just want them to know that we're always here, and they can call us even though certain products only have certain warranties, different labor warranties. We always stand behind it. Sometimes someone will come in 5 years down the road and say, "Oh, my blind is still broken, and it's not working," and we just replace it. Like I don't want someone already put the money out to begin with. I don't want them to have to, you know, rebuy. And so we just do what we can to make sure that we stick behind our products.
It's intimate going into somebody's home and either like selling something, you know, this
absolutely
lifestyle, this dream, and or working on it, and it's expensive and it's very personal.
Yeah. So
I am always willing to personally pay more for service like that.
Right. I mean, it is very emotional. It's most of our clients, it's the one time in their whole life that they're ever going to do this, and it's our everyday. So we're really good about holding your hand through the process, explaining what your life is going to look like for the amount of time that we are going to be into your home. Sometimes it's a day and sometimes it's a month, depending on the size of the project. So it's really important to keep the client involved in the process and in the loop, and open lines of communication open. Our clients have our cell phone numbers. They can text me, hey, you know, any question throughout the day or about the process, and I'll pop over and check in and come over and explain things to them. So that's huge for us.
I've referred you, I don't know, a handful of clients over the years, and I always get a phone call back after they've worked with you thanking me for the referral because you guys are phenomenal.
We have a good team here. We have Todd is one of our salespeople, and we have Bianca as a sales staff support person. And so there's always somebody here to help you. One one of the four of us is here, and we all kind of keep our ears open so we know if you come in, you know, we can help you with whatever you need. Even if it, you know, maybe Bobbie's not here, then one of the other ones can help you.
That's all, folks.
For all of your flooring and window covering needs, come down and see Deborah and Bobbie at Interior Vision. We'll put all their information down below, so come check out their showroom and call them for an appointment.